Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. I'm excited to be back again to show you how you can design for free without even needing a cutting machine to sublimate on mugs, tumblers, plaques, shirts, anything you want. But I'm going to show you how to design for free, and you don't even need a cutting machine. So the first thing I did, if you look behind me or here on my screen, I went to pixabay.com and I went to the same one yesterday. This time I typed in baby animals. I wanted to search them. Now these up here I won't want to use because these you have to pay for. But when you get down here, these are all the ones that are free. And look at these super cute images. I mean, there are so many cute ones you could use. Look at this little face. I mean, they're really cute. Look at the mama or daddy and the little monkey. I just think there's so many cute ones. Look at that orangutan. So I just kept scrolling through here until I saw something I absolutely loved. And honestly with you, I absolutely love this. I thought that would be adorable. But that's not the one I chose. The one I chose today was, I was thinking of crazy cat ladies. Isn't that elephant cute? Okay, but so I was thinking of crazy cat ladies. So the one that I found, oh, how cute. But I found this one with 3 little kittens. Look at the bear peeking out. Sorry, you guys. Peeking out of what looked to be maybe a barn. So I'll go through a couple pages. Hopefully I'll find them again. If not, I'll just show you which one I use because these probably come up in different orders. And there are so many to look at. Look at those guys. So I'll just look at one more page. And if I don't see the ones I chose, I'll just show you how to do it with those, and then you can choose anything at all that you like in here. Look how sweet. Try one more page. Look. Well, I'm not seeing the ones that I chose, but you'll get the idea. I'll show you how to use any one of these images. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just go one more page. If I don't see it, I'll choose something else. Look how sweet. But I actually kind of wanted a couple of kitties or a couple of cats because I thought that would be more appropriate for the crazy cat lady. So I'll just go back a few pages because I think I saw something a few pages back here that had several kittens. Those are kind of blurry, so I'm not going to go with those. Here they are. Okay, this is the one I used. Aren't those adorable? And I like the textures and everything that you could see. So all you do when you find it is go to free download right here and just say download. And it's usually on some computers it asks me if I'm a robot or not. On this particular computer it doesn't. It just downloads right here into the lower left hand corner. So all I have to do now is go back to Silhouette and I'll go to File and Open, and I'm going to open up. Here's the one I just did, right? This was another one I grabbed that I thought could be super cute, but I'm going to use these guys again. And I think they're awfully cute for a crazy cat lady. So I have this, and then the other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to use the same heart that I showed you how to grab yesterday. So let's go back to Google, and I did a search for heart, as you'll recall, and I found this black and white clip art. So all I did was right click on it and say copy image. Then I opened Silhouette again and right clicked and said paste. And there it is. Now I can't use this just as it is. I have to trace it first. So I'm going to go ahead and move it off to the side and trace this heart. So I come way over here to the right hand side to the trace panel. It looks like a piece of toast to me. And I'm saying select the trace area. Now remember, I'm using the free version of this. Don't need a machine. Don't need to pay for this software. Just use the free version if you want to do something like what I'm going to show you today. And a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to select the trace area and just go like this. Once that's all yellow, I know it's traced it well. I don't just want to trace the outline. I want to trace the inner part too. If I just say trace, what I'll end up with is the outline like this. Do you see this right here? Which I can color in for you so you can see more clearly. There's what I traced. But that's not really what I want. So I'm going to hit the undo button and go back. There it's traced. I'm going to say trace and detach. So what that's going to do, it's going to do that trace and detach whatever's inside of that trace from the outside. So this is the part I don't want anymore. Delete. And this is what I do want. So I'm going to hit this minus button to go in a little bit. All right, now I've got to see where do I want this heart to go. If I put it over top of my it's really hard to see. So I can make this heart transparent by coming over here to the paint palette here. And then you'll see the word transparency. I can just bump that up. And notice it's too big right now if I want the whole heart in my image. So I'm going to make it smaller so that it fits. And I can put those however I'd like them to be. I think I like them just like that. I'm going to scroll in a little bit more because I want this as large as it can be without going outside of the edges. Okay. If I want to, I could make it a fatter heart too, like that. If I like that to get more of the barn siding or whatever in there. So that looks pretty cute to me. So now all I have to do is grab all of this by drawing a box around it. Make sure that your selection arrow is selected up here in the upper left hand corner. Then you just drag a box around everything. Come way over here on the right hand side. These are your palettes. A lot of tools over here. You're going to go to the one that's a rectangle and a circle. That's the modify panel. And you're going to hit crop. And there it is. It crops it perfectly right out of there like that for you. So that's what we're going to put on the mug. Simple as that. But that's not all I'm going to put. I'm making this for a friend of mine who is a crazy cat lady. And I'm going to have it say, come over to the text tool, I'm the crazy cat lady. That's all I'm going to say on one side. So I'm going to click off, click back on, change the color of the font up here to black. And I'm going to turn off the line color, which is now red, you can see here. I'm going to change it to this right here, which means it's transparent or nothing. So we have I'm the crazy cat lady. And I'm also going to make it a lot smaller. Right now it's 72. I'm going to make it something like 20 to see if that's small enough. Maybe, maybe not. And then I'm going to change this to the font that I want, which is, come over here to the font style panel. And you remember that one we just downloaded, A.R. Herman? I'm going to change it to that. So there's my A.R. Herman. And I think that maybe my font's a little bit too small. So I'm just going to stretch it larger. Like that. And maybe even a little bit bigger. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it go around the heart. So I'm going to double click on it again. I get the four-headed arrow. I can bring it down here, touch it into the heart, and just put it right like that. I don't actually want it touching the heart, so I'm going to use this little zipper tool right here. I think it looks like a zipper. I'm going to undo the zipper like that. Okay, and there's that. I'm the crazy cat lady. Whoopsie. See something, you have to be careful when you're moving it. I'm the crazy cat lady. And then I'm going to come back over here and get some more text. And I'm going to type in they've warned you about. Okay. So right now this is like not doing well. It's not fitting on one line and I want it to. The way I can make it fit on one line is go over here to this blue-green bar and stretch it out until everything's on one line. Then I can click off and click back on. And what size did I make this? 27.77. That's odd, but I'll do it again. 27.77. So they're the same size. And I really want to click back on this like it's a text again so I can move this bar in. Don't really know if I need to do that, but I'd like to. And then I'm going to change the font by clicking off and clicking back on to just select it. And rather than having it be Arial, which is what it is now, I'm going to go again to the text style panel over here, and I'm going to change it to A.R. Herman. And I'm going to change its color to black, and I'm going to change the line color to transparent. And there's that. So then I can double click on this to get the four-headed arrows again, bring it right down in there so it touches. And the thing is, I don't want it exactly on the heart, so I'm going to use the little zipper tool again to move it out. All right, so there we go. There's I'm the crazy cat lady they've warned you about. So you can make it say anything you want or as much as you'd like it to say. If you wanted to, you could put a swatch of color behind here, whatever you would like, but this is what I'm going to do for today. Let's look back and see the other things that I had done over here. I put this one right here, me, you, and kittens. Me, you, and kittens. Me, you, and kittens. Me, you, and kittens. And here on this one, I put a little heart. That here, kitty, kitty. And there's the crazy cat lady one. And you can see I made the font a lot bigger for that one. So let's go back to this one again and see, what do we think? First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, excuse me, my heart around 3 or 3 1/4 right here tall, because then I know that will fit. And I don't know, would you like the text to be a little bigger? Let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it like 25 and see what happens. Enter. Oops, I got to click off and click back on. Now I can make it 25. Enter. Okay, then I'll have to double click again to get it and move it because it's crazy. There we go. I'm the crazy cat lady. And I made that one 25, so I'll click off this one. I have to have just a selection box like this to change the sizing. If it looks like this, I can change the text. I can add text and that kind of thing. But if I want to change the sizing of the font, I have to just have a regular selection like this. And I can come up here and change this to 25 and hit enter. And then double click again so I can move this if I want to a little bit. I'm the crazy cat lady they've warned you about. Oh, that's kind of cute. I'll just leave it like that. So there's many things you could do. As I said, I could take this cat from over here that I think is super cute, copy it, and I can bring it right over into this page, paste, and I can make it larger. I've already used the heart and sized it down a little bit. And, you know, I could make it say whatever I wanted to say. I'm the crazy cat lady. I love cats. This could be a particular picture. You can get a photograph of your friend's cat or your own cat or your dog or whatever you want to and put it in a heart like this. You do not need to have a cutting machine to do this. You can print directly from this program. So let's just get rid of this one for right now. And what I need to do, one last thing is this. I need, because I can't move this off of here. So what I need to do is I need to click on this, right click and say convert to path. Now I can move it off if I wanted to, and it will group much better. I'll do this one, right click, convert to path. Then I would just group all of this stuff together like that. And this is pretty much ready to be made into a mug. But yesterday I was telling you about how I like to check my mugs first to make sure what size they are. So I'm going to have you look down here at my table and I'll show you that today. Okay, this is the way I get my mugs. I buy them from Heat Press Nation. I love getting them there. They're pretty well priced and I believe I usually get free shipping on them. What I usually do is I take a measuring tape and measure around here, but I'm not sure where I put that. It's a good thing though, because I can show you now a cheap seat way to do it. Just get a strip of paper and wrap it around here and see how far. If you're going to do a whole wrap, you can look at that, but I'm just going to do the front part of my mug. So I'd like it to be no bigger than about there. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing if I were holding this in my hand, how much of this design could I see, you know, before I'd have to like twirl my mug around, because I'd like to have the whole image there. So I just kind of folded it right there so I know. And now what I can do is just cut that. And again, I'll measure it one more time. Let's say you're going to put it on this side. Yeah, that looks perfect to me. Just like that. So that's how wide I can make it. Now I could measure it on this little ruler, and you won't be able to see it very well probably, but that's about 5¼ inches. Let's check down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's just say 5 inches. So I'm going to make it to be 5 inches instead of 5¼ because I don't think, actually, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever made one totally 5 inches. I usually make them about 4 something. I'll make this one 5. Let's see if that's going to fit nicely again. So I would just go like this. Yeah, that fits pretty good. Although, you know what? Remember, it's going to be a heart. Well, let's just see. I'll just make this 5 up here and we'll see how it'll be. And by the way, then we want to measure how tall it is as well. So how much space do we have to use? I like mine to be down from the top a little bit and in from the bottom a little bit. So I could actually just mark that with a pencil. So it's about 1/8 inch in from the bottom and 1/8 inch in from the top. So it would be about that height. So let me just go ahead and cut this real quick so we can get an idea of about what it'll be. Now remember yesterday I taught that I always do print something out first on regular paper before I actually use it, just to make sure I like the way it's fitting. So this is about 1, 2, 3½ inches. So you don't want anything any larger than 3½ inches, and 3½ inches is sort of pushing it. So let's go back up now to silhouette. Okay, we're back up here at silhouette, and I'm going to see if this is going to fit within the dimensions that I measured just now. So remember that we said it shouldn't be any bigger than 5 inches wide. So this fits because if you look up here, it might be easier for you to see. It's 4.323, so that's fine. And we said we didn't want it to be any higher, or the height to be any higher than 3.5. So this is 3.459, so that should work as well. So now what I'm going to do is, like I told you, I'm just going to print one of these out just in black and white really fast, the draft print, and cut it and see how it's going to fit. Okay, here's the really quick draft copy that I did. As I said, I'm just doing it in black and white. So I'm just going to cut this here. This shows you why you don't need a cutting machine or anything for this. All you need to have is this software and a printer, and hopefully well, yes, you'll need to have a sublimation printer. And I didn't cut that straight. And I like to try to make sure that I cut things straight here, so that when I'm putting it at the top of the mug and the bottom, I can judge whether it's straight on there or not. Okay, so there's that. Then I can just cut this off straight here. So this is just all to give me an idea whether I'm going to like how this is going to fit on my mug. Okay, so there we have this. So I'm going to put this on this mug now and see, do I like that? Let's see. Okay, I pretty much like that. I could maybe make it just a little bit tinier, but I think I pretty much like that okay. So that's going to be on that side for somebody who's left-handed, like that. Okay, so now I'm ready to actually print this on my paper that I use, and I have that linked in my Amazon store, and my Amazon store is linked down below this. Everybody always asks what products do I use, and that's why I'd like to tell you. And you know, it helps me if you use my products because I get a teeny tiny commission. But anyway, let's go now, and I'm going to print this on my sublimation printer, and I'll be back to show you how I'm going to go ahead and sublimate this on my mug right now. Okay, here I am again, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and put what you've cut onto your mug. Do recall what you've printed out won't look very vibrant on your paper, but when it is heat set into here, it will be very, very vibrant. So I'm going to cut it very quickly. Okay, here it is cut. I'm going to place it on here. Let's make this for somebody who's left-handed. So that means it will be, or right-handed I should say. So let's say it's not going to be here, it's going to be on the back here. So make sure it's you're not putting it on upside down. And again, I use this tape that's from Heat Press Nation. And I modified the holder a little bit so that it would fit more perfectly. Going to make it be a little bit up from the bottom and up from the top. Put my tape where there is no printing. I'm asked often, is this just regular tape or can you use Scotch tape or masking tape? No, you cannot. This is a heat sturdy tape. It's not going to get messed up when you heat press this. And again, for today's mug, this is going to be 385 degrees for 190 seconds. I have a 4-in-1 heat press that I purchased off of Amazon. I have that linked in my Amazon store as well. I don't have the Cricut mug press. This was a lot cheaper when I bought it, and it still is, than just buying the mug press. And this one I get a plate press, a t-shirt press, this mug press. Seems like there was one more thing. 4-in-1, 1, 2. But anyway, all right, so now I'm going to put this into my press. And just close it up and start my timer. Okay, this is the font that I used for my Crazy Cat Lady mug, and I'll have the link for it for you down below. It's free at Font Zone. All you have to do is come over here where it says download and skip this, close this, because you just want to download that font. So you say right here, I'm not a robot, and then you say download. Like I had to click several places to get it to download. Once it's downloaded here, I'll double click on it to open it, and then I'll say install. It's installing that on my computer. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to have to close out Silhouette software, because if I go back up here and look for A.R. Herman, which is what it's called, let's pretend I'm going to put some more font in here, and we're going to go look for A.R. Herman. You're going to see that it's not going to be found over here. A.R. Christie, A.R. Delaney, but A.R. Herman is not here. So what I have to do is close this out and then reopen it. Make sure I'm still viewing in the standard edition, because I'm showing you how to do this in the free version. And then I'll pretend I'm going to type in some text. Just come over to the left and type some things, click off, click back on, and then come over here to where the text style panel is and find A.R. Herman, and whoops, there it is. And so I could change it just like that, and again change the colors, turn off the line color, and there we have that really fun, kind of funky font. I like that. Okay, the timer has rung. I'll take this out, remove it from the press, and again, I'm going to let it just sit here for about 15, 20, 30 seconds. It's very, very hot. The mug is very hot, but the handle obviously is not. Once I've let this set for just a few seconds, I'm going to start taking this off now. Oh, this is adorable. If you know somebody that loves cats, oh my gosh, this is cute. Oh gosh. I'm the crazy cat lady they've warned you about, and it turned out perfectly. So this is for somebody who's right-handed. They don't actually see this right here. You could have put something else on the back at the same time, but I didn't really want to. So I just did this just like this, and I think it turned out really super duper cute. So I hope you like this tutorial from start to finish again to show you how you can use this software, print things out, sublimate them. You don't need the software that costs money. You can do it for free and really make some really cool designs. So I'll be back again later this week to show you another design you can make. Thanks again for joining me. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like this, and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I come up with another one. See you again soon. Bye-bye.